let's talk about something that's really important, okay? In every storm, you find your strength. And what that means is through whatever life challenges you are given, okay, they are not given to you so you can be knocked down, so you can stay down, so you can hate life, so you can be worn out by life, so you could be thinking and believing that life is happening to you. Because when you're thinking like that life is happening to you, you're going to get worn down even faster than anything else. When you're able to adopt the belief that life is happening for you, then you understand that every single experience that is given to you in your life is actually given to you for a reason. And for a reason, meaning that there is something within this experience that is out there for you to be able to figure out within yourself, to be able to figure out for yourself, to be able to reach even higher than when you started, okay, within yourself. So, for an example, I have learned through different situations, different relationships, that because of my own upbringing as a child, I relied on people to basically pick me, choose me, right? And that validated my worth. And although those experiences were really hurtful, and I was able to sit through those emotions and everything, at the end of the day, what I had to come back to was the realization of like, what is this experience trying to teach me? Like, yes, I can have all my feelings of anger and this and that and waste of time and just all these things. Yes, like being able to sit with those emotions and being able to sit with how you feel about situations and everything is so important because it allows you to validate your experience, okay? But that's only the halfway mark, right? Because you have to be able to learn from that experience too. You have to understand why that experience happened for you, because these experiences are not by accident. They are simply to teach you how to help yourself in the long run. So even though I had to go through these experiences of negative relationships and situations where I was allowing this party to pick me, choose me, and da 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 da, and then falling short in so many different ways, I had to understand, like, wait a second, like, I'm not a child anymore. I'm not waiting for someone to pick me up out of an orphanage anymore. Like, I'm an adult. I am a survivor. I am, like, I am and I'm safe. Like, I'm in charge of myself. Like, I got this covered, like, I got me. And moving on to the next phase of being like, okay, well, this is how I thought. This is what I learned as a child. This is how I thought as an adult. This is what I did, da da da. But like, let me come back around to this and ensure that I am learning from this experience. So going forward, I'm not putting myself into different situations that are essentially the same thing, right? With different people. I am making sure that I learn from the experience. I embody what I learn and I go on and I go forth and I choose differently. I choose myself. I choose things that are actually for me. I choose a whole different way of living than what I have done thus far from experiences that I learned as a child. So when life happens, allow life to happen, because you can't change, you can't detour life. Like, life is going to happen. The experiences and the things that are, happening for you are happening for you for a reason. Don't allow them to have all of this power over you and for you to like basically come down here because the experience has this much power over you. Like, no, that's not the whole point of the experience at all. The point of the experience is like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to come up here. Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to get here? Are you willing to meet me here? Because when you're able to stabilize that within yourself, you're able to understand that you also have power over that. Like, you will go beyond that. That was just a little lesson for you to be able to learn, or a big lesson, whatever it might be. Years of a lesson it could be anything. But how are you able to use that experience to make yourself even more whole after that? Okay, things are not happening by accident. Your soul, before you were even a human being, signed up for these lessons. Again, if this video doesn't resonate, that's totally okay. Like, keep on scrolling. But your soul literally chose these experiences to happen for you to bring you closer to yourself. Okay, you had to maybe learn these difficulties in your childhood or in some phases of your life, and it's totally valid for you to feel all that you feel about it. But at the end of the day, which direction are you taking here? Which way are you willing to grow through the experience? Are you going to allow it to just completely take over you, and now you're gonna make it mean this? Okay, like, I could have made those situations been like, oh, I'm so not worthy. I'm even less worthy than I previously thought because of the cheating and the gaslighting and this and that, like, whatever, all those different things. Or am I gonna be like, wait a second, I relied on this person. I gave them the power to choose me, pick me, and that validated my worth, which means that they could do anything with it. Okay, which means like I'm not choosing the right partner, I'm choosing an old belief system that I have carried since childhood and putting it onto somebody else who will mirror that back to me, and hence the experience goes forth and forward. Does that kind of make sense? My English sometimes is questionable. But that's the whole point of the experiences that are happening for us. And that's just one situation. You could have a situation, like I'll share another experience with like my stepmom, for example. For my whole life, I struggled with having this perfect mom, right? And I've been through my handful of mothers, my birth mom, my adopted mom, my stepmom, all these different things. And I basically like learned that I don't have to let those experiences define who I am, because the lesson in all of that was to be able to understand that I can also mother myself. I can show up for myself to be the mother that I need for myself, because I know that people are not perfect. I know that people are living their own journeys, and no one is going to meet me where I am at necessarily except for myself. And when you have that power, everything around you shifts, okay? The relationships you have in your life shift. So yeah, so it's really interesting. You can take basically any experience that you go through and you can do something about it. You can do something so good with it that it'll only propel you forward, okay? But I also understand that you have to basically have skills to be able to be resilient like that. And I think the first step of that skill is just being able to gain the awareness of the fact that life is happening for us, that we chose these lessons for us, that we chose these lessons not to knock us down, but to instead propel us forward, to bring us even closer to who we are that we had not been before, or thought that we weren't before. Okay, so take it as it is. Take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? That's my basic rule of thumb of life. And just know that there's nothing in your life, no experience, no person, no anything that is above you. And then all of this is happening for a reason, and it's for your own magic, it's for your own resiliency, it's for your own building of the strength within you, okay? Because life doesn't have to knock you down and then you're just autopiloting your way through. Life is happening for you, and if you can take those experiences that happen for you and you can learn from those experiences, you are going to propel forward so far you have no idea, okay? I love you. I hope this resonated. If you want me to talk about it any further, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, leave it below. And I hope you guys have a really wonderful day.